Hello folks, hope you're doing well. I just had to lay down because of sleep apnea situation, and speaking to Father when I was laying down, and quite interesting. Conversation went on to meekness and humbleness and all of that, and what meekness actually meant. And that I did a video about this about 2 years ago actually about there's a whole difference between meekness and weakness, and in the church we have a lot of weak people, but they think that weakness is actually meekness, because they allow people to abuse them. They allow people to abuse them both mentally, emotionally, even physically, and they don't hit back, and they think that that is meekness. But what they don't understand is, no, that's just weakness. You don't do anything because you can't. Because you don't have the tools available. Certainly spiritually, you do not have the tools available to you. Because you don't understand the point of meekness. That meekness means you have the strength, you're just choosing not to use it. Father has incredible strength. He has the power and authority to create and to destroy in immense ways. And he chooses not to use that. I mean, we see Sodom and Gomorrah and the flood and various other examples where God uses that. Uses his power to destroy. We see, beginning of Genesis, the power to create. If you are a son who is walking according to his will and his ways, you will have exactly the same power. Why? Because you are a son of God. A son of God. Not the son of God, a son of God. And you will have the same power that the Son of God had. Because that power was part of the tools available. And you will have the same tools available to you as he had. Because you have the same work to do as he did. We're not talking about you being arrested, beaten, whipped to the point where you were basically dead, then having to carry a cross and being nailed to the cross. No, that was why he is the Son of God and you're only a son. Because he had to do that, you don't have to. He did that so you can have a relationship with Father. That job is done, you don't have to do that. So, as I've said before, anyone who sees themselves as a follower and has to follow, and as the church you believe says, you have to carry your own cross. Yeah, right. No, you don't. No. You don't. That's bullshit. That is the church saying that because of the fact it hasn't been bothered to help people to deal with the issues they had before they became a Christian. Those issues are seen as your cross. That you have to carry this stuff. Why do you have to carry it? Because the church should have helped you to deal with it, but never did. So therefore you have to carry it because they never bothered to help you to actually be set free of all that stuff. Yeah. But this is where it gets to the point of meekness. It's because you have that power, authority, but you also have that grace and that mercy. You also have the Father's love in you, and your Father's love towards his creation. So, when you come face to face with people, you will come face to face with people, but you will see things from Father's point of view, and it won't be judgmental. It will be purely love. So you have that power and authority, but look through time. How often did God use that authority to destroy to actually destroy? We don't see that many examples of it, do we? And yet, look at how mankind has behaved. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, Father looking down at Hitler and what Hitler was doing to God's own people. Yeah. Certainly that's from the world's point of view, isn't it? Yeah. That Hitler was wiping out the Jews, and so God's looking at that. And did he have every reason to destroy Germany completely? Yeah. Oh, he did at that point in time, yes. He had every reason to destroy Germany completely. What they were doing was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. What they were doing to people was, it's something that, when we see the true picture of what was going on there, it is horrendous. So Father was seeing this. He had every reason to judge the crap out of these people, didn't he? To curse them and to destroy Germany as a nation and as a people. Did he do that? No. Did he send fire and brimstone upon that country? No, he didn't. No. No. Part of the reason is because after Yeshua did what he did, now every single person's sin is paid for, including Hitler. So when Father looked at what was going on, he still saw those people, those individuals that are doing those horrendous things through the blood of Christ. And that's why whoever you deal with, whoever you come across in this world, as a son, you will see through the eyes of love and not through the eyes of judgment. But yeah, all those tools are available to you, and you will occasionally use that tool to destroy. You will. Because it will be necessary to do so. And when it is necessary to do so, you will use it. But even then, you won't want to. It'll be Father telling you that's what you need to do, and you'll do it eventually. But you won't want to. No. Well, again, when do we hear that from church, really? We should be hearing that from church, shouldn't we? About the fact that Father didn't wipe out Germany because of how we saw them and what we saw them through. And so when we look at anybody in the world, I mean, come on. Can we have a more prime example of evil? And yet, God didn't see those people in that way. A lot of the people who were on trial in the is it Nuremberg trial? The Nazis that were on trial at that point in time. When they were in their jail cells, men of God was sent to them to lead them to Christ. And to bring them into God's love. Into forgiveness. That was Father's will for these people, to be forgiven. See, as I said before, the world's understanding is we have to condemn these people utterly and totally. Condemn them. And it's been quite common over the years in TV programs and films where they're still hunting Nazis. Even like in their 90s. If they get found, they get brought up and they get put on trial for the things they did wrong all those years ago. That's the world system. The world system is judge, 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 judge. So that's why you have these programs like I'm a Celebrity and all this rubbish. And what's the other one? Big Brother, that sort of crap. It's because those programs are there for people to judge the contestants. It's all about judging. Yeah, that's why you have crap tabloid newspapers, because it's all about looking at that and saying, well, at least I'm not as bad as that person. Yeah, so the bar is lowered so low that you judge yourself according to, you know, that level, and really most people see that they're okay compared to that, don't they? And yet fathers, his system, you look at that and it's completely the opposite. We're supposed to look at things completely from love, and the bar is set incredibly high. Yeah, because what is the standard? What I said in the one previously. For God so gave his only son. God gave his only son because he loved the people of the world so much. He wanted a relationship with his creation. So he gave his son to be the sacrificial lamb, so his blood would cover all sin. That's where the bar is. Completely different to this world where the bar is sunk so low that really pretty much everyone can get over it. No problem at all. As I say, why is a church? The church's level should be sky high. And yet the church's level is basically the same as the world, isn't it, really? It's at ground level. It's a bar you can easily step over. You know, a good church is a church with, as long as you've got a few good people in the church, or look good, or look to be nice people, it's counted as a good church, isn't it? It doesn't have to be doing anything of God in any way, shape or form. It doesn't need to be any healings or deliverance or, you know, any miracles or anything, you know, any of that stuff in any way, shape or form for it to be counted as a good church or doing things, or, you know, doing really well. It doesn't have to be doing any of that at all. Yeah, that to me is bizarre. It's bizarre that you would count yourself as people of God, and yet the bar is to be lowered to such a low level that it's pretty much, it's not a challenge, is it? That can only be demonic, can't it? When it comes down to it, again, we come back to that point where if the church has lowered the bar pretty much the same level as the world, and not raise the bar to the same level as God, then yeah, come on, yeah. Say it again. Where is the church right now? Where is it with regards to, is it doing things according to God, or is it doing things according to, where is it right now? Yeah. It's lowered things so low, it's just, oh my God. You can't sink any lower, really, as a church. You can't. And you know, because of how low the bar is. I'd say it is fascinating where, yeah, so even this one started off talking about meekness, and it's gone on to the same one as the last video, and the last two have probably ended on talking about the bar being too low. Looking at what we're supposed to be and what we actually are, yeah, there's a big difference, isn't there, really? So, yeah. But, as I said before, the most beautiful thing about any of this is it doesn't matter where you are. It really doesn't matter. I mean, you know, in August of last year, I had incredible hatred in me towards certain people. Incredible hatred. Murder was certainly within that possibility. It was that bad. I absolutely despise these people. You know, if my neighbours were in a ditch on fire, I wouldn't have peed on them. Simple as that. I would have got some marshmallows. I'd have enjoyed every minute of watching them burn. That's where I was in August last year. Yeah, it's pretty dark. That's where I was then. Where you are now is irrelevant. Really and truthfully, it's irrelevant as to what your final destination is going to be. Certainly with Father, anything is possible. And if you have a heart for God, and you have a desire for God, don't give up. Yeah, things look bleak. Yeah. They do look bloody bleak. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But don't give up. Because you have an incredibly loving, graceful, merciful, and giving Father who has done so much just to have a relationship with you. He's not going to leave you in the shit, is he? Yeah, his desire is to get you out of it. But as I said the other day, it may simply be a case where you're not quite in the right place to receive it. Okay? Then with God's help, you'll get in the right place. There you go. So, yeah. Ask Father to help you to be of his nature. Ask Father to help you to be of his character, where you can have that power and authority and that grace and that mercy and that love, and know how to use all of it in the right way, in his will. You take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.